And I really want to let you know that Curtis Blaze has been looking for that belt for a very, very long time. More eager than any other champions we've ever seen, and he has been consistent. Being in the top 5 for so long is not easy to maintain that ranking. And I really want to let you know that, in my own opinion, in my view, my stake too, I'm going to come up tall in it, and Curtis Blaze is going to be my favorite in that bout.
Welcome to the Casual Experience.
Welcome back, fight fans. This is the Casual Experience. This is your man Gator, standing in for your regular host Toby, and I'm here with my guy Ferdinand to preview this upcoming first-time events happening in Baku, Azerbaijan. Some local fights, some local fighters. With the UFC trying to promote and expand their growth and reach across the globe. It's going to be an amazing event. It's headlined by Jamahal and Khalil Rountree. And from the lineup that we have, Ferdinand, what do you think?
Well, I really want to say these UFC always come up with unimaginable cards, with an exciting one apart from the one that we actually had last weekend, Kamaru Usman.
Ooh, that was good.
This is also going to be an unimaginable, exciting card too as well. And I really want to say to Jamahal and to Rountree, these guys are too explosive. But I have an issue with both of them. Their defense is poor. Why? I can come up with my own predictions as early as it is now. It's going to end up with a knockout on both sides.
Now, the thing is, seeing a fight that has staged two fighters that are coming off very, very significant losses.
Yeah.
Rountree's fights with Pereira, I remember watching that fight, and I felt like that was a good championship fight.
Yeah.
But now standing in front of an opposition like Jamahal, and with what happened with Shiri, do you really think that whose reputation or who is looking more to redeem themselves from this fight?
Well, I feel like Rountree has the upper edge because you can compare on the what's called Jamahal, his fight with Pereira. It actually shows that Pereira actually went through him and get the heat off him, But when it comes to Rountree versus Pereira, Pereira has to give Rountree the kudos for his resistance and his resilience in fighting and his never die attitude, which we actually saw, not just Pereira himself. I'm going to put my money on Rountree because he actually went back to his stable, sharpened his tools and everything, and I guess he's prepared for it.
Now, from my perspective, right?
Yeah.
I see Rountree as a power striker, right? And people seem to forget that Jamahal is a former champion. That's a former champion, and to become a champion in that division, even before Pereira came and did all his running through, I feel he still has his accolades.
Well, one thing about being a former champion and trying to get back to your belts is difficult. That's what our guy Usman is actually going through now. It's hard to go back to your top form. And comparing yourself with somebody that's not been there and you that's been there and out is different. They both have different form of expectations. Jamahal might feel like, I've been a champion, I might retire, no problem. I've been in a history book. This guy is on a run to be in that history book. So Rountree has more hunger compared to Hill. I will go for Jamahal. I will go for Hill. Rountree. I don't know. I keep mentioning Hill.
From the predictions I'm seeing, a lot of people have Jamahal first early round KO finish. Do you think it's possible? And putting aside the fight with Pereira where he got knocked out that quickly, I still feel like his body of work leading him up to the champion, like you said with Kamaru.
Yeah.
Seeing Kamaru in that fight take down right from the start.
Yeah.
Don't you think he has watched that performance and said, okay, if he still has that in him, I was a former champion, so I'll do the same thing.
Well, when he was coming up, his body language actually gave us what we expected of him, right? As it stands now, he lost the fight, and the way he lost to Pereira was awful. We all never expected that. Having to get a low blow, and he told the ref to chill. I'm going to knock him out, even with the low blow. Many people might just be like, oh, I'm down. Remember Paul Craig and Bellator last weekend, right? He did something to Pereira, but he still man up and he won the fight. He knocked him out. So I'm not going to give Hill any chance of getting that belt or getting in top form. I feel like for me, that's that for now for him. And when it comes to Rountree, he's desperate. He wants to learn, and the level of his sportsmanship is unimaginable. He's on a high level at distance. I won't just take him off the table because he's an underdog. I don't really know who is the underdog, but I know that Rountree is coming up tall in that match.
Further down the line on that card, we have some exciting fight of the night contenders.
Exactly.
One of them is Fez, and I know that one now is the fight that you're looking at. What's your perspective on that fight? Fez and Baghobov.
Well, these after his loss with Gaethje, I figured out that these are guys that are looking for a way to get back up. He's also going through what Hill is going through. He has a series of losses, but coming back tall is not going to be easy when you're fighting against someone that is also looking for a redemption too.
I have seen Rafael control grappling.
Well, he can control grappling, but can he grapple? He's a kickboxer.
That's a good point. He's a good point. But then a fighter like Ignacio that also has that same level of striking as well as
both
grappling.
Guys are strikers. Sorry.
Yeah, but then Ignacio has a triangle choke finish recently, and that's if he's going into that fight to go and grapple. I feel like there is a submission. There's a sneak submission inside that.
I get your point.
Inside that fight. That's a big fight of the night contender.
It's going to be a big fight, but Rafael, I don't want to count him off the table because I feel like coupled with his experience in the UFC and he's been fighting for a very long time and everything, I don't want to take him off because Ignacio is also desperate and looking to be on the main card too. You know, when you're fighting the underdog, you should not just expect yourself to win. Right? We've all seen a lot of things that happen, coupled with what happened to Israel and Imavov too. Good guys that came up short in their bouts. Also our guy Shakes versus Badat in EFC 2. We all know that our guy is our favorite, right? But we've not ever heard of Badat before in our lifetime, you know. But back to Ignacio is going to come up tall in that fight. That's my prediction.
I'll go with you on that one because I've seen his body of work.
Yeah.
And very few fighters right now understand or have that same level of grappling and mixed martial arts striking mix that they really need. So no, to me, I would go with, because seeing what Gaethje did to Fiziev,
you know, those are strikers, right? I really want to tell you a little bit about that. Coupled with what aided Usman in getting his victory against Buckley, was his grappling tools he had against
he kept pulling him down.
Exactly. He doesn't want him to stand tall. That was what actually helped Khabib in defeating Conor McGregor, because he was to stand tall, let's fight fist to fist, he was going to go down against Conor. So people tend to go back to grappling. I don't know if you've heard the recent news about most promotions will not hire those fighters from Dagestan, because they keep on dominating each promotions down to the PFL, Bellator, UFC.
But what do you expect if you're good?
It's not about, they're not too good when it comes to striking.
Yes,
they will take you down
to the deep water.
So your striking tool is going to be useless.
Another fight on that card, another very, very interesting fight on that card is Curtis Blades.
Oh.
And seeing Rizvan and him throw hands is an exciting fight to me, because that's a very youth versus experience type of fight.
Yeah.
And I want to go back to seeing Curtis Blades grapple like we're discussing. That's why I brought it up. I want to see a fight where, because on this same podcast we've had conversations where earlier in the year a lot of grapplers see Bella falling to JDM. A lot of grapplers fell to the sword in the hands of good strikers.
Yeah.
But Kamaru just showed them that it's really possible to do it. That they can't just stand with us there and throw hands. So with this upcoming Curtis Blades fights, what are you expecting, or what are you looking for in that kind of fight?
Well, like you said earlier, we're going to talk about young versus experience, right? Curtis is an experienced MMA fighter, a top-notch guy who is a family guy anyway for his daughter Haley, and this is not the first time he's fighting guys like Rizwan. He's fought many guys, and gained some winnings, some losses. He's also, mind you, he's a wrestler too.
Yeah,
he's a top wrestler, and I really want to let you know that Curtis Blades has been looking for that belt for a very, very long time, more eager than any other champions we've ever seen, and he has been consistent. Being in the top 5 for so long is not easy to maintain that ranking, and I really want to let you know that, in my own opinion, in my view, my stake too, I'm going to come up tall in it, and Curtis Blades is going to be my favorite in that bout.
You're choosing him, and why isn't anybody giving Rizvan? Because Rizvan striking is good, though.
He's good.
He's good, though.
He's good. Do you know why I'm going out for Curtis Blades? I've seen him wrestle. I've seen him.
Or are we just riding on the high of Kamaru, seeing what Kamaru did?
I'm not. If I'm to be a fighter, right? I will never leave the side of Kamaru. I'll make sure I sharpen my wrestling tools, my jiu-jitsu. I'll have a striking tools, maybe 70% of it. But when it comes to the real bout, if I can't get you down, that's when I'm going to focus on it. But I won't be the one. You won't see my back down, because I'm going to be the one on top. So make sure, I come up tall in it, because look at what's happening. If you want to compare Buckley versus Usman, he's more explosive than a bunker bomb. He can bust Usman's head off easily. But Usman gets to realize that this guy is a top young guy that is desperate. I won't let him fuck me up.
I started to notice Usman slowly tapering off, gassing out at the
fifth round.
From the fourth round.
Well, it's not
he started shooting too early.
It's not about that. When you are winning, you want to end it easily.
Okay.
He was looking for a way, just like the fight he had with the Game Breed, the Street Jesus, right? Which he called himself. These are guys that before he knocked him out. I don't know if you watched about.
Yeah, I did.
Before he knocked him out, he was trying to control the fight. He gets to realize that he had him in a corner where he can't actually miss the shots. That's when he took the shot.
Before then, a lot of people were doubting his striking prowess, and a lot of people were saying nonsense about his knockout power. And he still showed it. Showed it off.
He was a wrestler right from college, huh? And most times people tend to realize that most wrestlers don't really have any experience when it comes to striking, and he tend to learn more about his striking tools. And I really want to say he did well for himself, which was nice for the division as well. He showed the people that actually mocked him, made him look stupid to himself, got to realize wow, I didn't really think this guy had. He even forgot about wrestling. To wrestle, a proper wrestler forgot about wrestling and continued with striking. So that means there is always a chance for a fighter to reform. I will never take fighters off, no matter their age or something. There's always a chance for you to reform. If you really want to be prosperous, you're fighting. I want to go back to Shakes. Shakes is a striker. I really want him to know that, there's time for him to still go back to wrestling. He can wrestle. He should go back and make people feel the pain he felt. He's on 6-5 now as it stands. 6 victory, 5 losses. Come on. We don't want to make it even.
You don't want to make it even.
Exactly. Let it be odd as it seems. So that's my view.
Another talking point of this fight card is enjoying the UFC's reach and trying to spread the word of global fighting.
Yeah.
And on this fight card, we have 2 of their local fighters in Azerbaijan, in Baku, who are local to the place.
Yeah.
And these are not just average, okay, let's support the locals fighting. These are, because I was watching Nazim's, Sadihov's highlights. And if a tenth of what I saw is what is promised in this upcoming bout, especially in Azerbaijan, that region, that's Azerbaijan, Dagestani, Chechenian region. They have a lot of fight culture in them.
Let me tell you something now. Most of those guys have experienced war. there's no way their beginning was not that smooth. The fact that they are white skinned, most of them are cowboys, farmers, welder, bladesmiths, and just like Mirab, he didn't have a good beginning. So they tend to use their struggle, unlike Francis Ngannou too, they use their struggle in form of training. They all have affiliations with for fighting. Most of them are their parents actually fight in the street boxing and all of that stuff. I don't want him to. He like hosting the UFC in Azerbaijan is an advantage to him because he's going to use the home crowd to gain more popularity in the UFC. The UFC should not look at him like, oh man, this is not he's not going to make the name. These are guys that are looking for a way to bring their country on the map, just like how Conor McGregor did in the Irish people assistance. We now have most Irish fans that want to fight in all kinds of promotions. The PFL, Bellator, One Champion, down to the UFC.
Imagine the UFC extending that same reach we are discussing right now to Africa.
It's already happening. Most African fighters want to be on the UFC.
That's wanting to be on the UFC, but us having our own UFC fights here now in Abuja, or having the UFC fights in Lagos.
It's that's what AKO is doing for us. AKO is trying to gain more crowd so that people can have more interest in it. Imagine being a fan of it, and you don't have any representative in your country. It's bad. What made the UFC popular and the MMA popular in Nigeria? Is Kamaru and Easy, right?
Yeah,
people tend to realize that yes, we have our brothers here. Our brothers are here. They can represent us. We keep talking about Easy, Kamaru, down to Ngannou from Cameroon. Forget about the border region and all of that. We are close. It brings the whole country closer to these sports. What are these sports that we have representatives? And we have the other guy from Eclipse Fighting League in South Africa, Multi, in Nigeria, who is the welterweight champion, Oche. We have guys like this that are coming up with this MMA stuff. I won't be surprised if we can have multiple stadiums like the Thailand in Nigeria, because people are beginning to see reasons. If nobody is born useless anymore, if you have a stubborn son that really wants to fight, take him to any what's it called? Training school and a gym class. Yeah, let him go there. He's going to be useful in all kind of life. So I'm really grateful for the UFC giving out opportunities. The fact that many people are complaining about their pay, but I don't really care about that. That's business.
Well, fight fans, you've heard it from us. We've taken our time to put the best in front of you. This weekend is an amazing one because not only do we not have to stay awake and watch the fight, it's happening in the middle of the day.
Exactly.
So a lot of us are going to sit down peacefully and enjoy the fight. Thank you again for watching the Casual Experience. We're always here to keep you entertained. Whether it's myself, Toby, Ferdinand, GOC, we'll always be here to give you the best anytime, anywhere with the fight contents that we're putting out. Thank you again for watching.
Shout out to the crew down there, the Casual Experience, and we give you all what you actually wanted, and we give you even more. And we're expecting much Nigerians to key into the MMA world. There's life in it. It's not all about chaos. There's life. There's fun in it. You can come up with whosoever that you love. We normally have a watch party too. I don't know. Some can come up and follow our page to Casual Experience on all platforms and all of that. There's live in the MMA world. It's a global sport. We have the Dembe, Muay, the kickboxing. We should all support those that are participating in it. And
we have Gidigbo in the southeast
exactly. So people should not just focus. Yeah, I'm a fan of only Gidigbo or only Dembe or MMA. You can add down to the boxing. We can all focus on all of them. It's all sport and fun. So thank you.
Thank you once again. Like I said, fight fans, thank you for watching and keying into the Casual Experience. I remain your guy, Gator.
And I'm Ferdinand.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Welcome to the Casual Experience.